Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What exactly are we talking about?
Politics, sports,
education.
We'll tell you anything you want to hear.
We talk, you listen.
Big's Golf Talk.
Well, here you all are, waiting to hear my broadcast. How very nice of you.
Big's Golf Talk.
America is talking and yakety yak.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's all about talk.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Do you know who this is?
Big's Golf Talk.
Comes highly recommended. You're gonna feel better if you talk to him.
That's the fact, Jack. Now we'll talk.
Connect with Big's Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Big's Golf Talk. Subscribe with us on YouTube and iTunes, Amazon Music, and the Google Play Music Store. We're also available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Alexa devices. And we're live in Orlando, Florida at the 2024 PGA Merchandise Show. And what a great year to kick off the golf season. I am Big John Quick. He is Bill Cuevas, the golf father. And on the end there is the wisest man in golf, Greg Wise. And Greg and Bill kicking off the 2024 golf season the right way here at the PGA Merchandise Show. It feels like, man, I want to get on the golf course.
I don't know if I feel that way. I mean, look at the excitement out there. This place is packed already. Day one, well, day two, technically, but look at all the people walking around. Booths are filled. I mean, there's no space. It seems like everything got a little bit tighter from last year. There's a lot more vendors here, and this place is kicking.
Greg Wise, I don't know if you've walked the floor before we went on the air, but I'll tell you what, it looks like there's a lot of people and a lot of vendors.
Golf is back. That's all you have to say. There are so many people, smiling faces, people walking around, sales going on. That's what this is all about.
Yes.
And it's a great show this year.
Looking forward to what's going to happen here at the 2024 PGA Merchandise Show. And we're going to kick it off right away with a guest. And those of you that are watching us on social media, on YouTube TV, on Facebook Watch, welcome in. If you have a comment or a question, love to hear from you. Are you golfing? Are you getting ready to golf? I know, Bill, you and I received a text message from the 2024 Spark Golf team, and they are ready to fire.
Ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to golf.
But our first guest right out of the gate here, ladies and gentlemen, typically we're doing some banter, but we have a lot of guests to get to. But he is the founder and CEO of iGolf and Synkwise. Brian Verdugo is join us here on Big's Golf Talk, BGT TV. And Brian, welcome back into Big's Golf Talk, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you having me. I'll say that. Go ahead.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you having me back.
Yes.
You're a technology partner of many. Remind our audience what you do.
Sure. So we provide a lot of the data for GPS. So things like golf GPS devices, rangefinders, a lot of the simulators you see here now, we're providing all the GPS data that goes into each one of those products.
Now, I have been dabbling with AI, and I just want to, probably ask you because you're the AI guy. I mean, you're pretty much one of the people that put AI on the map. The AI that I use to help me write papers and all that stuff, the apps that's out there now, it's amazing what this, artificial technology or whatever they're calling it. But you've been in the news lately regarding AI in golf. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I think one of the things we've been talking a lot about is the difference between true AI and AI that's more designed into a platform. And where we're seeing true AI is what you were talking about, which is where you're actually having a conversation with something that is a learning behavior. And that's a whole different ballgame than what we kind of, a lot of people say they have AI technology. Mm-hmm. The AI technology they have is maybe less really about AI and more about a response to something we already know that a human can tell you what it needs to say or do. True AI actually does the opposite. It evaluates something, and after a learning behavior, it can come up and say, these are the things that you're doing wrong, or here's an answer to a question. So for golf, obviously, when you start thinking about AI, rather than a human having to tell you what's wrong with your swing, a true AI would be able to have evaluated a lot of past videos, looking at data and saying, here are the things that are going wrong with your swing, and these are the recommendations.
How long does that take? Roughly when when you have the AI watching your golf swing and giving recommendations.
So true AI is going to be in microseconds. I mean, I call it a tenth of a second. It'll be able to look at so many different data points, evaluate it, and come right back to you and say, here are the problems. Now, how do you make that work? I mean, I guess there's a big issue, because we don't want to be so technical that it gets beyond what a golfer really would understand. Maybe only 1% of the golfers out there would understand, but if you think of it from a technical standpoint, it will give you incredibly precise data and information response. But is that what we really want? Or do we want a little bit of the massaging, which is kind of the human factor of it, of a coach saying, this is what the technical things are, but let's not try to go there now. Let's try to kind of find your way there over time. And I think that's where AI will grow more and more.
All right, we got last question for you is, now that you're here at the show, what are you planning to accomplish while you're here? We know you have a lot of people that you work with. So if you want to throw in some of the dirt that we can use around, please feel free.
Well, the big one last year, obviously, was Blue Tees. They've come on the stage and really been the hot product out here lately. And the Player Plus, they launched this year their speaker with the screen on it. And I mean, I think it was one of Amazon's for golf, one of the best products that was sold. And so it's kind of fun to see their success and what they're doing and where they're going. So yeah, last year we were talking a little bit about a bet that went on, and they're almost there. I would say it's probably going to be maybe next year that we'll actually really tell everybody what the bet was about. But in the end, it's going to be a very fun trip going somewhere in the world, and we'll kind of, I'm sure there'll be a lot of videography around it, and this what we're going to get to do together.
Just make sure you keep us in the loop.
Well, hold on, before we let him go, I see Greg Wise chomping at the bit. We can't let this guy go without all of us asking him a question at least.
I'm sitting here watching simulators around here.
Yeah.
How do you affect the simulator space?
Yeah, so there's last year we talked about what Rapsodo did, and their product is amazing. They took all the data from our database and created a 3D simulated world.
Oh, wow.
Be able to play any golf course you want, your course if you want to play from that simulator. True Golf, actually, my understanding is that they're going to be showing off a lot of their new stuff, which is the E6 platform. Don't be surprised if you don't have the ability at some point with some of True Golf's offerings and where they're going to be able to play any golf course you want in the world. Fi Golf was another one that did it. So a lot of what we're doing is looking at how do we give you more and more data that is going to represent a true representation of your golf course. And that's a lot of the data that we're releasing this year is very accurate data that will be for any golf course in the world.
Hey, Biggs, during the break, I'm going to go find that simulator.
Yeah.
Go check out. I believe Rapsodo is showing it. I believe Fi Golf will show it. You may need to stop by True Golf. I know they're releasing a new simulator in itself that's supposed to be pretty impressive as well. And their new E6 software is really amazing with graphics. So I would say, again, that's where the future is going to be. And I think you're going to see that data not just used in simulators. I think you're going to use it in agronomy. You're going to see it used in a lot of other areas because the level of detail is so much higher now. We can really show you what golf courses look like everywhere in the world.
Brian Verdugo, thank you so much for joining us. He is the founder and CEO of iGolf and SyncWise. It's great to know the behind the scenes, what goes into the rangefinders, the simulators, and all that stuff. So thank you for all your hard work and making golf more fun for the golfers out there.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you guys in San Diego at some point. Thank you.
Hey, more Biggs Golf Talk coming your way right here live from the PGA Show on the Ignite Golf Network. We'll be right back right after this.
At the John Daly Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, Our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
And we're back here at the PGA Show. Big John Quick along with Bill Cuevas, Greg Wise here. And our next guest, great partner of this show, sponsor of this show. And it's good to see him here. But Brett is joining us here and from Encore Golf. You just got finished seeing a commercial for them. And, it's just amazing on what you guys keep doing, especially – unfortunately, the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, they got to get it done, brother.
You're telling me. Sunday I was at the game, and I was just hoping if my early Monday morning flight, I could be watching nothing but highlights. And, came up just short. But, listen, you always got a shot when you got Josh behind there, so we're all right.
But, it just seems like, I'm going to say it. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Unfortunately, never got a championship ring. Right? I'm talking about Dan Marino.
Yep.
And I'm saying that Josh Allen right now is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL currently, and he has got to beat them 49ers in the postseason.
Yeah. Or the Chiefs.
Chiefs, rather.
Yep. It'll happen. Don't you worry.
49ers would be in the Super Bowl. So
Right.
that's it. Let's get them beaten in the Super Bowl if the Bills were there.
If you've been
And by the way, I just want to say for the record that I have the Buffalo Bills on my Sony PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it's my team, right? And we won the Super Bowl on Sony PlayStation.
Oh, so did I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, if you've been following the NFL as rigged conspiracies with the Super Bowl logos, I don't know if it's real, but I did see next year's apparently is blue and yellow. So it could be a Bills-Rams Super Bowl, and I'm just hoping it's the Bills that win.
Well, let's hope so.
What's going on with Encore Golf?
A lot. So we've been working on the Genius Ball for over 5 years. We will launch at some point this spring. For anyone who doesn't know, it's essentially putting a simulator inside a golf ball. So the first application for it is going to be for putting. So you're getting every kind of data point, stint, spin axis, velocity, accuracy, everything that you could need. And what's really exciting about that is we've been working actually with some of the top putting coaches in golf, and even some of the players, a couple guys like Carol Varner, Taylor Gooch, they invested because they're looking at this and saying putting is where you lose strokes. I mean, everybody wants to drive and see how far they're hitting on the simulator, but the putting is the most important thing. And you should always be working on your game from close to out. So the first application will be for putting. But what's really exciting is over the next 12 to 18 months, we're going to have a next version, which will be for chipping and irons. And then a version that you're, full course play. And this would not be something that you would place or play in place of, the VRX1 or whatever.
Right.
This is going to be the most advanced training aid to ever hit golf.
And that's the thing about Encore Golf, the technology that, we just got finished having a guy on about AI.
Yep.
And we talk about this technology revolving and revolving and revolving. I remember when AI first came out and everybody just laughed at it, and now it's a major part of our game, a major part of our sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same in a smart ball that you're coming up with. The Genius the Genius Ball, the technology is just revolving all the time. And people always say, well, how are we going to have a ball like that with so many computer chips in it and people hitting it with a golf club?
Right.
But the technology, again, it's revolving. We start off with the putting, and we're going to test that, and we're going to see what the putting does when we, hit it with a putter.
Well,
and like you said, we're gradually moving into the chipping and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, these electronics in this big inside the ball have magnetometers, accelerometers, gyroscopes, wireless charging, wireless Bluetooth connectivity, so that the data is going right to your smartphone. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And on top of that, we still have our suite of actual tournament play ready premium golf balls, and we got a new one coming out this year. The Vero X1 was great. The Vero X2 was even better for higher swing speeds. The Vero XP is going further and longer. The X2 was for a higher swing speed, 95 compression. What's amazing is XP is actually the same compression, so the high swing speed guys are going to love it, but it feels softer. It feels as soft as the X1. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. A lot of the tour players that we're starting to get on board are looking at this, and I mean, they're just blown away by the XP. So that'll be coming out this spring as well.
That brings me to another point. Back when, and God rest his soul, but Justice J-Dog Bex, I got to give him a shout out, because your biggest fan, your biggest supporter.
Yep.
And I hope at one point you come up with a J-Dog ball.
Love it.
But he got us introduced.
Yep.
And you come a long way from a metal hollow ball to right now where you're at currently. And now I'm seeing Encore Golf on the PGA Tour and on other tours. How does that make you and your family feel? I mean, Steve and your dad and all that stuff.
I mean, it's part of the excitement. It's part of the journey. We've had so many ups and downs. We've almost gone out of business because we couldn't keep up with our growth. We've had Charles Schwab is our largest shareholder. I mean, how many companies? There's not one other golf ball company here that can say Charles Schwab, a financial icon, is their biggest shareholder.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've done a lot of things right, and I think it's because we've never cut corners. We've always treated people correctly. And I think gone about it the right way. And I do believe that good people have good things happen to them. And I'd like to think that we all have tried to make Encore feel like a family with anyone that we've worked with or associated with. And so it's been rewarding to see those things start to pay off. And one more thing I do want to mention too is at the end of about a 90-day process, anyone can be part of this David versus Goliath story, because we are doing a Reg A Plus offering, which means no longer do you have to be an accredited investor. You could invest $5, $500,000. It doesn't matter. So we're in the 60 to 90-day process of that. But that's really exciting for us, because it's going to be a great way for us to have, the kind of growth capital that we've never had before, and allow us to just totally saturate the market with Encore awareness, continue to develop the innovative technologies that we're doing, and we're really excited about it.
We got a lot of people walking by waving at us, so you might see us.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. 2024 PGA Merchandise Show, kicking off the golf season here. A lot of golf professionals, golf media, golf equipment companies, hard goods, soft goods, and they say there's over 1,000 vendors here. Brett, what do you hope to get out of this week here at the PGA Show?
I mean, it's things like this. It's just telling the Encore story. It's visiting with, familiar faces, new faces, figuring out where we can merge and create just more brand awareness. What kind of brand partnerships do we want to do? Looking at different ancillary, brands that we can fit into the Encore stream. But also just seeing what others are doing. It's important to, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Not that anyone's an enemy, but it is good to know what they're doing, because we're always trying to stay one step ahead to make sure that we're able to continue to survive and thrive in the industry.
I'm not sure they're enemies as much as they're just competitors.
Correct.
And they're competing.
I'm going to go with enemies.
I like it.
I like it. It's more dramatic.
I'm going to take the Josh Allen way out and just say, he's not. Patrick Mahomes not my enemy. He's just a competitor that I can't beat.
He's your enemy.
Right.
Yeah.
No, enemy.
Yeah.
So,
But, the success that you've had, and certainly we're on board, with promoting you and all that stuff with Encore Golf. It's the only golf ball I use. I know Bill uses.
Hickory golfer over there.
There you go.
Softball.
Yeah,
That's
softball.
it.
Exactly.
So we're ready to rock and roll. But I'm just excited that I get to own something that Josh Allen is going to own.
Oh, yeah.
That's why me and Josh, we bought into that company.
But that says a lot when you have professional athletes, not even in the sport of golf as a professional athlete, but they're in another sport of professional athlete that says, I believe in your brand.
Yep. Well, that's. I mean, we lucked out with Josh because even though he's the Buffalo Bills quarterback, I mean, look at the amount of sponsorships. He's one of the most famous players on the planet.
Yep.
He's such a likable guy. I mean, easy guy to root for, and a brand partnership with him would cost several six-figure numbers.
Yes.
And he paid us. You know, it's like we're getting that for free. So
I'm going to
really
pay
lucky.
you too, and that's priceless.
There it is. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and he does introduce. I mean, he's friends with a lot of these golfers. There are inroads that he creates that we'd never be able to have because you get a text or a call from Josh Allen, you're taking it. So the guys on the PGA Tour that we're like having a hard time getting a hold of or getting into, he can make those introductions. So it goes far and beyond just him. He'll be at Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I'm sure he was wearing this hat all 4 days last year, played the ball, came in second because Rogers cheated. He did. I mean, it's true.
The foot wedge.
Yeah.
The foot wedge.
Yeah, I think it was like he gave himself like a 12 handicap or something before that, and he's like a 2. And so, yeah, no, a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Well, we're up against the clock. We have a lot of people to get to today. I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for being, and I hope we continue, supporting each other here. And good luck on the PGA Show. And I like the shirt, by the way.
Tell Josh I said hi. I'll call him later.
Definitely, I got you.
And you know what? At some point, we really got to get Josh on the show in the offseason.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
He can sit next to you in Buffalo.
There we go. Yep. No, it sounds good. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, Brett. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Blakely from Encore Golf, and we'll be right back right here on Big's Golf Talk on the Ignite Golf Network. Don't go anywhere.
You've heard me talk about Squares golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible? But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the Square shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards the inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club and speed and distance gain.
Visit squares.com. Change your shoes, change your game. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
We're back here on Big's Golf Talk, BGT TV. I am John Quick, Big John Quick, and he is the golf father, Bill Cuevas, and we're just waiting for our next guest to take his seat here on Big's Golf Talk. And I'll tell you what, we are, if you're going to make it down here and you're watching right now, and you're still going to come down right in between the Callaway booth, right in between the XEO booth, and right behind the Bridgestone booth. So booth 1455 is where we're at. Now, today, we're only going to be on until noon. Tomorrow, we'll be on from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendars. All those on New Mexico time, Mountain time, and West Coast time. Please adjust your time accordingly out that way. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow, and we're excited to be here until noon today. Our next guest, this guy is a master in wedges. I'll tell you, I always said it, Bill. The short game, I don't care how far you drive the ball. I don't care where it's around the green. It's the short game. It's what you do with your wedges that you can make up shots when you're in danger. And this guy has pioneered that aspect. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Kohler from Edison Golf join us here on Big's Golf Talk BGT TV.
I don't have to say nothing. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It's always fun to talk wedges, and you guys are always a lot of fun. And, like you say, this is where the money is in the game, whether you're playing
Absolutely.
on tour or trying to beat your buddy out of $2. And,
Yeah.
and I always
doesn't
like
happen.
to say, this is where the money is, even if you're not playing for any.
And well, you know what? Even when you play at great courses like the Arnold Palmer, and you play against your buddy, and he's 50 yards out, and
Here
he
we
chips
go.
it in,
Here
and
we
he
go.
brags about it for the next 13 years, and does nothing else besides that chip. You could still live on a chip.
So that's happened to you.
Yes,
But
it has happened.
you see how he's blocking me to talk about that. Let me tell you about a story of a young man golfing at Bay Hill on the 18th hole, Arnold Palmer's Church of Golf, and he's 50 yards out and takes a 60-degree wedge on the 18th hole and holds it out for his last shot ever on Bay Hill.
He was 50 over at the turn.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As they say in Tin Cup, no one's going to remember who won the U.S. Open. They're going to remember the 11.
That's true.
And I remember it well. I live it over and over repeatedly.
Terry, talk about Edison Golf. How did it all start for you with wedges? I mean, why wedges?
Well, I was designing putters back in the 80s, and I started really thinking about wedges and wedge play and how much people suffer with wedges. And I started looking at wedges from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s all the way up to the 80s, and there really wasn't any changes. And, not to pick on anybody, but you go around this show, and wedges today bear more resemblance to what we played 40 years ago than any other category. I mean, I'm looking at shoes over here, totally different. You just had the guys from Encore in here, great technology. The ball looks the same, but it's very different inside. And wedges, I feel, have always been left behind in the technical revolution that we've seen in every other category. And the big thing I see in the wedge category is everybody's so driven by their tour players. And these guys are, the worst guy on the tour is better than the best guy at any club in America in the short game, because they spend inordinate amount of time with them, and they don't want their wedges to change very much, because I've had a tour player tell me one time, I want predictability. I want to know what that wedge is going to do, because I've got thousands and thousands of shots of experience. The recreational golfer, I've studied the impact pattern, and when you look at the face wear on a recreational player's wedge, it's very different than the tour player's wedge. They're hitting it at a different spot. They're scattering impact around the face more. So I just said, well, there's some great companies here. Take good care of the tour players. I'm going to go take care of the 6, the 10, the 12, the 20 handicapper. I'm going to build wedges for the way he or she hits wedges, not for the way a tour player hits wedges. And it's really that simple, that we've optimized the wedge weighting for the shot pattern that we see on recreational golfer wedges.
One thing I realize, as I'm playing golf regarding wedges is, the playability of that particular wedge. The weight of the wedge makes a difference in individual play, not certainly which color. But one thing I noticed about Edison Golf is when you're on the website, you can build that wedge to exactly what your specs are if you've been fitted.
Well, 90+% of wedges are still sold off the rack at retail. And the big companies like it. That works for their business model. And the big retailers love having 400 wedges in stock. I'm a big believer in custom fitting and custom building. And every golfer is a little different in the loft matrix, the shaft, the specifications for length, lie. So we really have set ourselves, we are golf's premier custom wedge company. We don't build stock wedges. We don't have any on any store shelves. And every day, we build wedges to order for that golfer who's going to play them, to get the shaft just right. And I'm a big believer in wedge shafts need a lot more attention than we give them. But I really do believe that every golfer has a wedge set makeup and specification makeup that's going to optimize their skill set and is going to feed them to become a better wedge player.
What about the degrees in wedges? What do you offer in degrees for wedges? I know some companies have or believe in the 48 traditional now, and now we're starting to see the 49s, the 51s, and different degrees. But what's your standard degrees that you guys offer at Edison Golf?
So we engineered our wedges when we were doing performance testing. We found that our wedges launch a little lower and spin a little more and fly a little further on a loft-to-loft comparison because of the way they're engineered. And we looked at the way irons are coming out in the modern, I call it the P Club. It's 43 degrees, 45 degrees. So the even numbers that have dominated wedge category forever, they may not fit as well anymore. So we engineered our wedges in odd number lofts from 45 to 59 degrees. And we can tweak that, any of them 1 degree weaker to hit an even number. If you want to fine tune your distance, typically, 1 degree of loft, given the same shaft, everything is going to be about 3 to 4 yards. So most golfers, they don't have that precision anyway, but the odd number lofts match up to their iron lofts better. But we can prescribe 4 degree gapping, 5 degree gapping, and, tweaking wedges, whether you're tweaking somebody's 54 or our 53, tweaking wedges is very common. But, what we want to do is get precise gapping. But the odd numbers of our wedges, we're the only company I know of that makes wedges in odd numbers. But it wasn't just to be different, though it is. It was because of the modern P Club, as I call it, is more likely to be 43 to 45 degrees than it is 44, 46. And nobody makes a 48 degree P Club anymore.
Right. What about now? I just been told that you have a new website. It's it's brand new. Talk about that.
So we sell most of our wedges direct to consumer. We have a great interactive tool called Wedge Fit, where we can take you through a engagement where we can understand what we should recommend to you. And you can build anything you want, but we want to try to advise you. So we engaged a new marketing team. We built a new website that's very linear, very slick, very smooth, to take you through who we are, what we do, why we do it. And then on into specifying out your wedge, to selecting your shaft, your grip, your length and lie specs. And we're real pleased with it. It shows you how different our product is, shows you why we're different and why you should be playing these instead of suffering with a wedge designed for tour players. When you're a 12 or 14 handicap, you don't have those skills. You can't optimize that tour design wedge.
It's funny that right now we're broadcasting with a lot of vendors in the area, and one sign that stands out to me when we're talking about wedges: suck less at golf. Well, if you want to suck less at golf and you want a good short game, Edison Golf is the way to go for your short game. And Bill, do you have anything for Mr. Kohler?
No, I was happy to see way back in the day. I'm not going to say how long ago, when golfball.com was first started. There was 4 of us, and there was one of the gentlemen that joined us from the other golf forums was Josh Ross. And when I got that notification from Josh, it was like, telling me that my wedges were on the way. I was like, what? So it's great to see everybody that started way back when progressing in the industry as they want. And you got a good one, and I see that he's a wedge specialist. But the only question I'm gonna play devil's advocate because it's for him. I gotta make myself look good for the guy.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. I know you won't, but I will. Left-handers.
Well, we're
that's the only reason why I don't have Edison golf wedges.
So we're a forge company, and forging toolings are very expensive, and we're a small company. We're growing fast, but we're still very small, which I like because we can stay very personal. I have no visions of creating a giant monster because that'd be no fun. But the left-handed, is a pretty sizable investment, and you have to look at the numbers. 8% of the U.S. golfers are left-handed, so you have to say, okay, well, how can I forecast left-handed sales? I kind of jokingly, when people ask me about left-handed, and this goes for you, the first set of left-handed wedges is going to be $30,000, but after that, they're going to cost the same as the right-handed. I haven't had that left-handed guy come up and say, I want that first set. So when he comes up, we're going to immediately jump into left-handed.
I'm going to pick up this phone. I'm going to call Phil Mickelson now.
You keep us posted.
Phil Mickelson has that money.
And we'll have him on the show.
Yeah, there you go.
That's worth $30,000. You'll be fine.
I'm going to call Mike Weir or Phil up, and I'm sure he'll do it. He'll pay that set.
Biggs, what I heard him say must make you feel real good. Right now, you're a single-digit handicap.
Yeah.
A single-digit person.
You're
8% is left-handed.
How does it feel to be in that 8%? Isn't that great?
Yeah. So, but the left-handed thing is something we have on, I mean, we've already done our CAD design. We've got everything ready to go into tooling and just, writing that big check to pull the trigger. We're not quite ready yet. But, if you want that first set, all you got to do is send us a check. Man, get the first one.
That's it, 30K, right?
Yeah.
You got to name it after him, though.
Yeah. No,
it's got to be the Biggie set.
Okay. We'll call it, if you put up the 30 grand, we'll call it whatever you want.
Exactly. For 30 grand, you have it.
Terry, you have a booth here? And if you do, what are you looking to accomplish here at the show?
I broke my string of coming to the PGA Show at 40 in a row in 2020, and then they didn't have it in 21, and we were too small to think about exhibiting in 22 and 23. We said, okay, hey, let's go to the show this year. A lot of old friends, a lot of meeting interviews like this. A lot of people want to know what we're doing, and seeing some of our key people, our shaft guys, grip guys, and looking at things out there that might make sense, some training aids and things like that. I'm all about, we make wedges, but I want to make better short games. And so training aids and instruction, I write a blog every week as the wedge guy that I offer tips and insights on how to become a better wedge player. And, I'm the first one to admit, if you learn how to hit that 30-yard pitch shot, that technique applies throughout the game, to every other thing. And learning to hit that 30-yard shot, you're not thinking about speed, you're not thinking about power, you're just totally working on how the club moves through the impact zone. And I'll tell anybody, I've never met somebody that was good from 30 yards but not very good elsewhere. If you have a good 30-yard pitch shot, then it can become 50, it can become a full swing.
There's
wedge.
hope for you.
There is, just a bit.
I was thinking about a separate
the
interview.
same thing? Well, yes, absolutely. We're going to give you an open, extended interview option for later on. We'd love to have you on the show again. Those are longer segments. We have people getting ready to wait.
Really quick,
we
have listeners checking in right now. Will Anders checking in. Just played golf with Sean. Said, "What's up?
What's up?
What's up?"
Tampa checking in. Yeah, so we definitely got to get you back on, and let's talk more about what you do, the weekly things. We got a lot of stuff going on. Let's get you back on.
That's great. Thanks, guys.
Terry, thank you so much for joining us here on Big's Golf Talk. And if I get that 30K, you're going to be the first call.
Hey, that'd be great. We can give you terms if you come up with part of it.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, more Big's Golf Talk. BGT TV on the Ignite Golf Network. We'll be right back. We're talking about short game. We're talking about wedges and everything else.
Yes, all of it.
And coming up next is Mr. Radio Voice. Yes, Mr. Radio Voice. Coming up next, and talk about the green game. And what's happening on the green?
Mr. Angelo Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos is next here on Big's Golf Talk. We'll be right back.
At the John Daly Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Baseball? Nah. Football? Done it. I think I'm gonna go after the PGA Tour.
Bo, you're gonna need the right equipment company.
I think I got that.
You know Tour Edge backs all their clubs with a lifetime warranty.
I know.
They ship all their premium custom clubs in 48 hours.
I know.
All their premium clubs are hand-built in the USA.
I know.
You know Tour Edge has won 35 times out here.
Guys, I know.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Oh, feedback. All right, we're back here on Big's Golf Talk, BGT TV, and Big John Quick, along with Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, Greg Wise, and a good friend of ours. We're going to spend about 3 minutes with him to introduce something new. But a media partner of ours here at the PGA Show, Fred Altvader, is joining us. Fred, welcome into Big's Golf Talk, my friend.
Hey, guys, always a great pleasure to be in here with Biggs and Billy and Greg, and we get to have a good time every once in a while. So thanks a lot for letting me come on.
Yes, you got a new product out there, as
We
we'll
do.
call it.
We do.
And I know you wanted to share with our listeners and the people here at the PGA Show. So the floor is yours.
Well, I appreciate it, Billy. Thank you. Yes, January 13th, we rolled out American Golf Journal. It's all digital. Nationwide, it is the distribution. And we try and target articles, information, travel for a nationwide audience.
I'm looking for a job. Do you need a journalist?
Yeah, exactly. We'll just send your stuff in, man. Our editor, our chief editor will take a look at it.
All right.
And send
All
it
right.
back. Yeah, and send it back with a bunch of blacked out stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I use AI technology to help me write my stuff.
It's no problem.
It's never wrong.
Well, it is sometimes, though, if you check it.
Yeah, fact check. So we know you got a lot going on. We have a lot going on. We want to schedule something maybe for next week when we all back. Maybe we can talk about the show. We can sit down, have a
Sounds
little
great.
round table.
Sounds
You can
great.
talk more about the publication. But for now, can you tell people how they can sign up for your publication?
Just go to AmericanGolfJournal.com. In there, they'll just click on there, and there's some a link that you can go in and download, and we'll get you on the list. There's no cost for it. We send it out. The American Golf Journal is going to be quarterly, so January, April, July, and October for this year. So we'd love to get people to come on and sign up.
Are you still doing any video and podcast stuff?
We
or-
do. We still do Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan golf journals as well.
All right.
Those are monthly. And then Back Nine Report TV on YouTube. So if you just go to Back Nine Report TV with the number 9, our videos will pop up. And we have golf travel, golf instruction, golf news, interviews. We do our podcasting on there. We cover the top issues of the day and discuss it and give our opinion.
There you go. Love it. Well, Fred Altvader, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you, brother, for coming on here. And but get out because we got Bushnell coming in.
Gotcha. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
We appreciate you. I'm just director, Fred. Don't worry about it.
Producer.
Fire that guy.
Yes. So let's get to our next guest. We got Bushnell joining us now.
Now, can I just tell you about Bushnell and what the technology is that we have experienced? For one thing, Bushnell, I love Bushnell and my speaker and having it on the golf course with me, and it tells me my yardage. And I actually have the new version from last year and the old version the year before, so I kind of have it in stereo, if you will. As a matter of fact, we have one of those speakers right here with us.
I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to take this and go.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go shoot a couple of flags out there.
Sales manager is joining us here from Bushnell, Ryan Fisher. Ryan, welcome into Big's Golf Talk, and glad to have you once again on BGT.
What's up, boys? Thanks as always for having us. Great to see you guys again. We should get in touch more than once a year, but it's always great to see you guys.
So now, last year we were one of the first people to put you on the spot. You know what I mean? And that's the nicest way to put it.
As a matter of fact, I think Bill was trying to pocket that mini that you had last year.
Yes, I was doing it all. So, and we visited you at the booth. We had you. We did a nice video, released that as well. You came out a pro. So do you want to thank us for making you the pro that you are today?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. You guys are so professional as always, and you made me look good. So I appreciate that.
Now you look good on your own. We just made you sound good. It's a radio show, so we did good.
So
we
I mean,
appreciate you.
let me just get right into the meat and potatoes of this, with Bushnell, because you guys are a pioneer in the rangefinder business as far as helping golfers, professional and amateur golfers all over the world, be able to have more fun on the golf course, golfers winning tournaments, and you just when you think you get better, you get even much better. What's new for 2024?
Yeah, so we're really excited. I mean, there's a reason that 99% of the PGA Tour chooses Bushnell Golf and our technology. And if you remember last year, we had the Pro X3 laser rangefinder, which is our premium product. Not only have we got all those great features in this, but we're introducing the new Pro X3.
Okay.
Not only do you get slope, you get elements, you get a magnet, but you also can look through this reticle after you connect the Bluetooth, and it's going to tell you what the wind's doing, speed and direction.
What?
So
wow,
you want to talk about impressive. I had absolutely nothing to do with creating this product, but our engineers and the team has done a phenomenal job.
Is that what we call AI technology in that thing?
That's what stupid people probably would call it.
That's what we call it. We definitely call it that. He's not taking it. He's going to showcase it.
I've got a tracker on that one.
We got a tracker on it. He's looking at you. Go ahead. I'm running faster.
So it's on camera. Out of our booth this morning.
It's on camera right now as our showcase person.
Look at those
we
hands.
couldn't afford Vanna White, but yes. So instead, we have another person.
They look pretty similar.
Yeah.
But look at this thing. It's shiny. It looks really good. I mean, having it on your golf cart, people be like, "Oh yeah, that looks sexy."
That's right. It's a new kind of matte black finish that we're going with this year, and the style of it looks great.
And right now they're looking at the magnet part of it. I mean, that has that strong magnet technology to it, don't it?
It does. You can see it right there on the side, so you can adhere it to the cart. You can keep it in the case, whatever works best for you. But again, that's not necessarily a new feature for this year, but that wind feature is something everybody needs to come by booth 1001 and check out, because it is phenomenal.
He's a pro. He even remembered the number and everything this year.
You got me last year on that. I couldn't remember. I had to ask my stupid marketing manager over there.
Hey, John's checking in from Birdie Ball. Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
He loves Bushnell products.
We appreciate that, Birdie Ball. Thank you so much.
But
go ahead.
Now, what about the legality of the wind and stuff like that during tournament play?
Yeah,
how's that going to play out?
Good question. So it's like slope. So if you're playing with your buddies, it doesn't really matter. If you're going to play in a USGA event, you simply slide the toggle on the top and get it into USGA conforming device. So you technically cannot use it, but
you're working on it.
The three of us go out, nobody gives a damn, right?
That's right, exactly.
It's all good when you're out
and
there.
especially, Bill knows all too well, though, especially during New Mexico wind stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's a game changer.
It is a game changer. It really is huge when it's blowing 30 miles an hour and you can't figure out what to do.
And I can get you one for a special, just about $15 over retail.
Hey, you heard that?
See, there you go. There you go.
Or we can just take his. I like that better. Marketing management lead. He talk bad about you, bro. We got you.
For some odd reason, I see security running after Greg Wise. There's like 20 security guards running after Greg Wise right now. So
He's pretty fast.
And then can I walk you through this? I know we're short on time, but I want to walk you through a new speaker product we've got. You probably know in 2020, we've kind of launched the golf speaker category, had tremendous success. This is a revolutionary new product that we are introducing this year. So still great sound audio quality. We've updated the bite magnetic mount on the back, improved. We've improved the remote. And we've also added some battery indicator lights. So this is going to tell you when you're getting closer and you needing to recharge. So
wow, that's awesome.
Super excited. We got a new USB
I got to test
charge one as well.
I hit a lot of bumps.
Yep.
Oh,
it's not coming out of there, is it?
It's not coming out.
So you upgraded
that. Upgraded. Yeah.
It's not going to pop. I lost mine. It went. Boop, I couldn't find it.
You know what? It happened to me too, and I ordered another one on the
online.
website.
There we go.
Because you guys
he gets credit for that sale.
He got credit. We're going to give the mark. He's a nice guy.
That brings his total for $15 for the year. So.
You're welcome.
Good job.
At least you can buy a Jolly Rancher for your child now.
Yes, that is awesome. You're doing a great job. Job security, bro. We got you.
But the technology now that people, because how many times have I had to go on the app to see what my battery level was. I couldn't even tell what my battery level
upgrade,
was.
Yeah. Very nice
Are you upgrading the app to go with this as well?
The app has got some nice refreshes, so everything looks good there. We've basically upgraded everything but the price, so we're still at $149. We're really excited about that.
On both of these products, when will they be available?
Both of these are going to be available in March, so we're on a good schedule to get you guys some product before the Masters starts and golf season starts for 90% of the United States.
Very good. Ryan Fisher, the senior sales manager from Bushnell Golf. We will be visiting your booth on Thursday, I believe, at 1:30.
Love it.
Where
Come
we're
see us.
we're going to do a video of more presentation. Hopefully, you'll be there.
I'll be there.
An excellent job.
We're going to put the marketing guy on there. He's got to get on camera.
There you go.
Make it worth those $15.
We'll make it $2.50 more.
You're going to get a raise. Yeah. So, no, we look forward to seeing you and getting more video, more content of everything. That's great. We appreciate you as always.
Yes.
Sorry, time is short, but you know how this show goes.
I get it.
Really, 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 really
Thanks
fast.
for everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Fisher from Bushnell Golf, the senior sales manager. Thank you so much for joining us. More Biggs Golf Talk coming your way on the Ignite Golf Network. We'll see you. We'll be right back right after this.
Give me more Vibracore.
What are you talking about, Duffy?
I'm talking about more feel. I'm talking about
More power.
I'm talking about
more forgiveness. I'm talking about more winning.
We're talking about all new Vibracore.
absolutely the longest and best peeling irons you'll ever hit.
We're talking about Mike Weir and Alex Chaker. You know these guys know.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
At the John Daly Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
All right, we're back here at the PGA Show, 2024 PGA Show.
Yes.
Kicking off the 2024 season, Big John Quick, along with the Golffather, Bill Cuevas, and Greg Wise, the wisest man in golf. Before we get to our next guest, though, we have a special presentation. I'm going to see if I get this microphone out.
He continues year after year after year.
All right, come on over here because you have to be on camera.
Yes.
You have to be on camera.
You gotta be on camera. You've been on camera every year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Mike Brown. He is, I believe you're the director of the Cactus League, correct?
Tour. President, CEO, and all the other titles.
CEO, and czar. All right. Now, let's make sure we get the camera on you here real quick. There we go.
There you go.
All right. Mike, what do you have in your hand? Just right here at this camera right here. What do you have in your hand?
I got a $100 bill.
And every single year for 7 years, Mike Brown has stopped by our booth. And what is this $100 going to?
I thought you guys went drinking with it.
No, we don't drink with it. That's next year.
Folds of honor.
Folds
there
of
you
honor,
go. Folds of honor
and
every single year. $100 going to the Folds of Honor. We'll make sure they get that today. Mike Brown, thank you so much. We appreciate
Mike, thank you for coming by.
every single year. Support that Cactus Tour.
Yes.
You know, a lot of ladies that
Look
golf
them
on
up.
that Cactus Tour, and
It's a
let's
great tour.
support them. So, all right, Bill, go ahead and make our introduction while I put my microphone back.
You want to stick me on that hard name, so I'm just going to say the face for radio, the man with a great voice, Angelo
Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos.
Oh, that's hard.
I like Papadopoulos. Yeah. So you are here with Sax Parenti.
Very good.
And I can say that.
Yep.
So you introduced a new shaft this year, and it is called the Newton.
The Newton Motion,
Yes.
Bill. Yes.
So we do have it here, folks. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's It seems like it's multicolor. I mean, sometimes it looks blue, black, purple. It's a beautiful color.
It's like a lightsaber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got two products.
We
you
do.
also have the new Duke.
We do have the Duke.
We have the
yes.
Duke. So tell us.
Duke of Earl.
Yes, Duke of Parenti.
Duke of Earl.
So which one would you like to talk to first?
So let's talk about. Well, first of all, I'm going to talk about the Duke only because it comes in a left-handed version, and I know somebody is very excited
left-hander.
about it.
Whoa, yes.
Oh, wait.
It's only been a few years, but we finally took care of you, and we have a lefty version.
There you go. That's what it's about, taking care of him. You took care of him. Yay!
I think I'm about to faint.
So now you're going to start rolling in some putts, and you can call me and say thank you, Angelo.
No, here's the real
He
deal.
got it. I
Angelo, I figured this all out.
All right, what'd you figure out?
Bill paid you guys for many years. That way I cannot beat him on the green.
Well, I knew Bill first.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
we had to work that out so you could take a little money out of your pocket on the green.
Yeah,
Well, he's taking enough money out of my pocket on the green. Now, can you please help me out?
Yeah, I think they have with this new Duke.
Well, let me see
being
this new
left-handed.
Duke here. Holy cow.
Yep. So, kind of going along the same themes that we always do. So, ultra low balance point, right? So that makes it very easy to swing. It's very pendular. You don't have to force it with your hands, Big. So take the hands out of the equation and let the putter do what it was physically designed to do.
You know what?
Same thing.
I'm going to get up and I'm going to demonstrate this. We're going to have our camera guy.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm only doing this with one hand.
I
there you
understand.
go.
And just let it swing. And that's what it's designed to do. To really take the hands out of the equation, the need to force it closed,
Taking
or force
your
it
hands
open.
out.
That's a variable that really hurts your consistency.
It hurts your consistency, absolutely.
So we've taken that out of the equation. That's what makes them perform so well.
I mean, you can just tell
Yeah,
on the pencil on how it feels on your hand.
exactly.
And I'm not, this is right-handed. So imagine being left-handed, but right-handed.
There you go.
Just let it go.
I think you should switch hands. That's just my personal.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
doing that for the first time ever.
Yeah.
I believe he might putt better that way.
You know what? A lot of people do that. They get a little yippy on one side and they switch over to the left.
Get yippy
or
on
right.
one side and
But
you
yeah,
go on the other.
I know that's the feeling that everybody gets with it. Is I have the ability to take sort of the variables out of my game, and they start seeing that consistency and the ball rolling towards the hole. And like I always say, look, I can't guarantee it's going to go in. We all know that,
right?
But it's going to go where you aim it and with the speed that you intended. And that's what our putters do. We put a lot of weight on the heel and toe, so it's very solid in terms of off-center hit. Still going to go in your direction. You're not going to lose a lot of the energy, and then we bring the weight forward. So, in golf putters, we're always talking about MOI, right?
Yep.
Resistance to twisting. If you hang a lot of weight off the back end on the heel and toe side to try to get the MOI up, unfortunately, you might bring in gear effect on an off-center hit.
Just get more into the microphone there.
Got
there
it.
You go.
Okay.
There you go.
There goes
I try not to overpower it.
Yeah, I hear you.
With that voice, it's easily done.
As my wife says, you're yelling again. So, I try to use my inside voice here. But, I'll be by the microphone.
So while Greg has pictures for that, we're going to lead up to the next product, which is actually the Newton shaft. It's also universal for left-handed players, isn't it?
That's correct. Yep.
Another item for you, Biggs, left-handed player shaft.
How about that? You know, and actually, I believe isn't this the shaft I have in my
Yes, you do.
driver
You
right now?
have
That's right.
You have that shaft in your driver. I believe all of us have that shaft in our drivers at this present moment.
That's correct. Yep.
Is this a different aspect when my driver's up and upright or erected?
What was that?
I have no idea. I lost him when his driver is erected or something.
I wasn't quite sure where he was going with that one.
No idea
We'll just
where
leave
he's
it
going.
there.
So yeah, we don't understand what you're saying. Can you explain a little bit better?
Explain myself, Charlie.
Yes, please, Charlie.
We're not playing blue here today, but
No
but
blue clues.
This. I like the color of this.
yeah, we kind of looked at really high end sports cars and how they have that different shades depending on what angle you're at. So it can go anywhere from purple almost to like a goldish green, and it's just a really sharp look. And obviously, it's about the technology inside of it as well.
How do they do that though? I mean, because look, we're looking at it right now,
Right.
And it's black, right, or blue, black. And look, we see the purple, but every time you turn it,
Yep.
it's like it gives you the same. It's just weird.
It's
I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's a
Angela,
really
let me ask you something. I mean, you guys, start off as a putter company, and now have gotten into swing shafts. I mean, that's kind of a huge.
There's a big story to that one. For
Okay,
sure.
that's what I was going to ask you about.
So what happened? So we really brought in a technological difference with our putters,
Okay.
right? We said we want to use a carbon fiber shaft, and we literally went all over the world and got a couple people that we felt were able to make a shaft that we liked.
Okay.
But the problem was during COVID, as you guys, everybody in the golf industry knows, supply and production lines were terribly messed up, right? So, we're a small company. We're not necessarily at the top of somebody's build. So we said, you know what? We want to control not only our supply, but also the quality and our ability to innovate. So we literally started searching for people that were making carbon fiber at a high quality premium product, whether it was ski poles, fly fishing rods, someone who had the expertise. Well, we found that. And then we brought in our designer. So we found and built our own facility. It's actually in St. Joseph, Missouri. So we build all these in the United States, which is a real big deal.
Okay.
And we liked the putter shafts so much and the quality that we were building. We said, we should start making driver shafts because we think we can make a performance difference like we did for putters in driver shafts. And that's really how the idea was born out. And as we started, making them and R&D and over, we said, we think we're on to something. Because what we decided to do, everybody talks about kick points and, kind of the design. Yep. What we do is we have what we call an elongated bend profile. And the best way to kind of describe it, when a shaft kicks, it's almost like a flick. It's a part of the shaft. Well, what we decided, our designers decided was, what if we take advantage of the full length of the shaft? And it's almost like if you're into archery, longbow versus short bow, right? With a short bow, you got to pull so much harder to get the same distance. Well, when you elongate the bend profile in a shaft, you get to take advantage of that efficiency of the whole shaft working for you. So what we say, longer, straighter with less effort. And that's really the crux of what we try to develop.
Any plans on going beyond the driver, though? I mean, with the woods?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense.
What we wanted to do was optimize it first for the driver.
Okay.
And actually, it's being played out on the Champions Tour right now. Ken Duke, we actually saw him at his event. He does a really wonderful charity event in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
He literally took it out to the driving range and was hitting it. He goes, you know what, guys? I'm going to put it in play this week.
Yeah.
Finished number one in accuracy that week.
I think Ken Duke is like our favorite player.
He's phenomenal.
He's part of your crew. He's part of our next guest crew. He's part of the crew for Torres.
Wonderful.
We love him out there. And
Ken Duke is an amazing person.
He really is.
Yes, he is.
He truly believes not just in the professional aspect, but he truly believes in the amateur aspect and for people to have more fun on the golf course.
You just did his tournament recently, didn't you? Was it?
I believe so.
Yeah, you just did his tournament recently. He was covering it out there as well. So we love to see when you have somebody at that caliber.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah, and that quality of person.
And he won.
And he won.
And
we were so excited for him.
That's why when I was on the phone and I was talking to a couple people, I was like, you know what? I got all the tools now to make myself better.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't make myself better, I might as well be right there. What that says, why golf? Because
exactly.
If you don't get better, guess what?
You're gonna fire me, Papa? I got you. You're gonna take my room away.
That's it.
All right, I hear you, but I appreciate it.
Yep.
So
Angelo, how can people find out more information about Sax Parenti, what you guys got coming up? And when will the Duke be available to the consumer?
The Duke is available to the consumer. It is now available. Go to saxparente.com or go to newtonshafts.com. You'll see a flex guide there, so you'll be able to look at it and say, okay, this matches up with how I swing, my swing speed, or my carry. We have 8 different adapters, so literally it's ready to play. Yes. You order it up. You say what adapter you want. I play, let's say, a Titleist or a Callaway, and literally, 3 clicks with your wrench, you put it on, you're ready to go. So
yeah, it was really easy. I put my own in just seconds.
Yeah, it really does. You pop yours up, put that one in, and that's it. I'm just gonna go with this video right here. The Drac. We're gonna bloody you up, or at least the putting greens when we keep knocking the putts down, right?
There we go.
All right, Drac. They got a full line. Make sure you check out Sax Parenti. Thank you, Angelo, for being on.
Thanks, guys. Always great to see you.
Yeah, and now that you emptied out your bank account, now I get a left-handed putter.
Maybe. We can work on that.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do for next year, Bill.
Hey,
too.
we got you a shaft.
Yeah. Angelo, thank you so much for joining us,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys. Great to see you again.
All right, take care. More Big's Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Hi, that's the Nick here. Do you know how many strokes your slice is costing you? Off the tee, on approach, boom, front right bunker. An 83 quickly becomes a 92. Here's the fix. It's not the driver, it's not the ball, it's the shoes. Squares can help your score by providing better balance and stability. What are you waiting for? Get a pair. Change your shoes, change your game with Squares, the distance golf shoe.
And we're back here in Orlando, Florida, live from the 2024 PGA Merchandise Show.
Yes.
Those of you watching us on Facebook, on Big's Golf Talk and Big John Quick's profile, and on YouTube TV, welcome in. I'm glad to have you. If you have any comments or questions, our next guest is world-renowned instructor. Nick Bradley's joining us, and also I'm not going to butcher your last name, so I'm just going to go with your first name. Perfect. From On Point Golf, a great partnership here at Big's Golf Talk. They have given us ball markers and On Point golf ball markers to give out to our listeners and our giveaways and things like that. Tack is joining us here on Big's Golf Talk. And Tack, welcome into Big's Golf. This is your first visit on the show. Typically, we have Nick Bradley on, talk about On Point, but this is your first visit here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
This is your first time here?
Yeah, first time at the PGA Show.
Oh, cool. Well,
yeah.
Is this your first interview?
First, no, I've had a couple interviews when I was out caddying for my dad.
It's your first interview.
But it's my first interview.
It's your first important one.
Yes.
All right, cool.
What is your position with On Point?
So I'm the director of operations. I just recently started with Briston. He got to know my dad. They're members at the same club out at Wisbrock in Scottsdale. And I played golf with Briston over Christmas break, and sparked a relationship.
Did you beat him?
We didn't really keep score, so I'm not going to say that.
You could be honest. If you kept score, did you beat him?
It would be a close match, but I'll give it to myself.
You see, that's a man that likes his job.
You never beat the boss.
You never beat the boss. Exactly
what I was going to ask you. Have you beat Briston?
every time.
I guess you don't really need him to be the boss. It's all good. Well, thank you for being here. I know we wanted to have you on to talk about these beautiful things and your partnership, and tell us how it can help people putt, because we're getting a lot of the equipment out there, but this is a very important piece as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're the only patented 3-dimensional ball marker. So the whole idea behind it is marginal gain, which is a term used in sports where, if you're using a better piece of technology throughout the course of 18 holes or a 3 or 4 day tournament, you're going to get some marginal gain. So the whole idea behind it is having a 3-dimensional object to reference. You're going to start the ball on your intended line. And I mean, the biggest thing with putts, and you hear pros talk about it all the time, is you want to have confidence, and being able to engage with your putt the entire time you're on the green. When you're walking around, when you're seeing other people putt, you're able to engage with your putt for a lot longer and get the ball started on your intended line. So that sort of marginal gain has helped players a lot. We've seen all the way from, the beginner level all the way up to the pros. Like we've seen a couple guys out on the Champions Tour have already won with this product in play. So we can see that, it's giving results.
It's really amazing, something as small as a ball marker in this fashion with the 3D aspect of what the ball marker can actually do. It can actually give you, actually signal slope, and kind of give you downgrade uphill putt type thing when you use the 3D marker itself. But Nick Bradley, as an instructor, how important is this? This would take strokes off your game. How important is it for you to, say to your students, if you use an on-point ball marker, you could save 1 or 2 strokes per game?
Yeah, 100%. When you get closer to the hole, you have to be more accurate. It's just the way it is, right? You can miss a drive by 10, 15 yards and still be on the fairway. You can miss a putt by half an inch and you've missed the putt. So any device, or in this case, on-point ball markers, that allows you to align the ball and the putt and read the putt easier. It's got to be better for your alignment. And we know through testing that, where people think that they're aiming the putt ahead is not where they're aiming. They can be as much to six inches out, left or right of their intended target. So what we've got here, we've got a solution. We've got a solution where you can aim the marker, which is really easy to do. You can do it in 2 seconds, aim the ball, and then the putter heads, you get that part for free, right?
Right.
So the other thing as well is it actually speeds up pace of play, because if you get golfers that just use the line on the ball, it's such an incremental movement and they've got like shaky fingers and they just can't do it. The ball marker is so defined that it's so easy to do. I played Country Club of Orlando yesterday. Of course, I'm using the marker, shoot 2 under par, beautiful. I putted lights out from 9 foot and in, because marker goes down, ball goes down, and it's in. So it's definitely an aid, but like all good training aids, it's got a purpose and a function, and it's 100% functional.
And Zach, what you guys do with it?
Tack,
not Zach. Tack, yes.
No worries.
But what you guys do with OnPoint and the 3D technology that goes into this, and we've been talking about technology all show, right? Is this patented for you guys?
Yes. So it's fully patented, 3-dimensional marker to have something raised above the ground. So it's our own patent. So we own all the technology. So Briston always like to say we own the 3-dimensional space between the putter and the golf ball, which is huge out there, going forward. So, yeah.
So anytime they're going to see this ball marker on TV,
yes,
that's an on-point ball marker.
It is an on-point ball marker at onpointgolf.us. That is our product.
And you can see here that, if you're a Callaway player, you've got the 3-rail. We've got the TaylorMade. So if you go to onpointgolf.us, you'll see every genre, the cookie,
Yellow
the whole
balls.
thing.
You got
Yeah.
like a silver gun platinum one.
Yeah.
They have a multicolors. And if you're really interested, I'm not sure if you're the guy to reach
Yep,
out to,
100%.
but they do make custom ones. So this is our personal, this is mine. This is what I use when I golf. And then you have us on it.
And the thing is, it's not a decal.
No.
It's etched in there.
It's etched. And it's actually, they did a great job. And this is, how long? A year and a half already.
Yeah.
So They do last. I mean, the magnets are magnificent. They pop out easy. They make great gifts for tournaments, charities. We're seeing them when we do a lot of coverage. Greg Wise does a lot of coverage here in Florida. We covered Furyk's event. We covered Duke's events. And they have these on site. They're giving these things. And when somebody wants to offer you one of these, they're handing you a better way to your game. Unlike that saying, why golf suck less? This is going to help you. Promise.
Yeah, so we can do any custom branding. We can do custom colors with the 3-rail or, the 1 line, and that can come along with the velvet bag. So we can put any course logo, any, corporate logo, whatever you want to do. So yeah, you can reach out directly to me. My email is onpointgolf.us or tack@onpointgolf.com is my email if you want to reach out directly there. So
reach out to them. And then, of course, we have a lot of stuff Nick Bradley does as well as one of their ambassadors. You do a lot more if you want. I mean, go ahead, talk a little bit. Let us know everything you're doing because you do instructions and all.
Hey, really quick before we get to that, I just want to say hello to Billy Durrell, who's watching right now.
Yes, Mr. Bogey.
Joe Hill. Good morning, my brothers, from Joe, the fireman from Nashville. Great show as usual.
In his grip.
Yes. So people are checking in. People are watching. Now, Nick, back to Billy's question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so a lot of changes since last year. So I've moved to New Jersey now. So I'm directing the instruction at Knickerbocker Country Club.
Oh, wow.
In Tenafly. So that's really, I'm really enjoying it up there. It's great. And of course, it's a chance to introduce the members to On Point and Squares golf shoes, because On Point and Squares have actually partnered up. So you can actually, apart from the round one now, you can actually get a Squares On Point ball marker as well.
Yes, I know. I talked to Bristol and Robert earlier about that stuff back in the day before they were sneaking it around. And we loved that partnership. We thought it'd make a great partnership.
That's right.
So we were really excited when they joined. I don't believe Robert's here with us, but he's here with Spirit.
Yes.
Spirit. He's hanging out. We have a lot of stuff going on. So I like that part.
So that's
sorry,
good.
Billy's mic is not quite working as good as it should. But we're talking about Square's partnership with On Point, and we talked about how cool it would be to have a Square, On Point ball marker and all that stuff. But Tack, let me ask you this: 2024 PGA Show. What do you hope to do this week here at the show?
I just want to make, as many strategic partnerships as I can. I love everybody in this golf space. That's why I'm really happy to be working in it. Everybody's so nice. And, the goal is to get as many, deals going as possible. We want to get, as many brands with the On Point ball marker as we can and, expand the word. We have a lot planned in 2024 on the professional tours and at the amateur level. So, just expand my network and, meet a lot of people. So
this is the place to do it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You're going to expand it a lot.
Now, we see some professional people using the ball marker and some people really supporting you. And a lot of times they come across these things by accident before actually being announced as a ambassador for the brand.
Yeah.
Do you guys pay any PGA pros to use your stuff?
So we don't directly pay any players to endorse. Briston put out a little bit of an incentive, to get a win using the On Point marker last year. And we had 2 people, Tong Chai JD, one out at Pebble Beach, and then Ken Duke obviously got his first win out in Calgary, which was awesome. He had that great putt on 18. So, Briston, he's really said how the company's grown really organically, which is great. And it shows a lot of promise.
He's done a great job.
Yes. Like our biggest endorser, or Jim Furyk, who we have a big deal with. He was given the product at, one of the tournaments, and he just put it into play at the Players. We didn't tell him to do that or anything, and he finished second. They're using
That's
the product.
best way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we see these players out there, and me being out there on the Champions Tour, I can see the buzz behind it. People are talking about it all the time. So it's definitely catching people's eye.
Really quick, David P. checking in from Omaha, Nebraska, enjoying the show from the cold Omaha, Nebraska. David, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. But let me ask you, Nick, the On Point ball market, is this USGA conforming?
USGA, RNA, it's good for all genre of tournament golf, right? So through amateurs right through the major championships. So that was one of the key things. We just didn't want to bring out a product that was a gimmick. We actually wanted it used in tournament golf. So as Tack just said, Champions Tour guys, Ken Duke won with it, and obviously Furyk's using it. So it's we need it to be a real product and not just something that was a soundbite.
You succeeded.
We succeeded.
Yes, you have.
Succeeded. And it works.
It really does. I really enjoy it. I mean, I like looking at myself in Biggs every time when I look down at the ground.
Yeah, I can see.
Like,
I mean,
that
that particular one would put me off, but this one certainly.
Producer,
works.
cut his mic. I guess there's too many people encouraging that bad behavior. That's okay. I appreciate the honesty.
Well, I love the product. I use the product. It's in my bag. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of times I take it out of my bag to give it to somebody else because everybody's like, "Wow, that's cool looking," and so we give them because it has our cartoon characters on it, and I give it away, and you're our character.
A cartoon, but not
Cartoon,
a character.
yeah.
I just want to be loved.
Tack.
Yes.
How can people find out more information about On Point Golf and get themselves one?
Absolutely. So you can go to our website, onpointgolf.us. Our Instagram handle is the same thing, onpointgolf.us. And we're really trying to expand on more social media platforms. We just got a TikTok that's the same thing, On Point Golf. And, we're trying to get a lot of media going with content creators as well as our players. So I'm going to be going out to some Champions Tour events, hopefully filming some content in the practice rounds and stuff like that. So onpointgolf.us is where you can find everything.
We can't reveal yet, but we will have a couple of pretty cool announcements later on in this year.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be one of the first to know.
Well, you probably will be.
I will be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I know Tack.
Yeah.
I got a direct line to
partnerships coming that
Briston.
we're
We
very
got a lot of
excited
good
about,
stuff. So I want to be the first to know, so
Absolutely.
we can break it first.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
And by the way, you guys,
Deal.
I'm sure, offer like box ideas, gift ideas on the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to sort of do hopefully bundle deals where you can buy multiple ball markers, get discounts, stuff like that. So if people want to hand them out.
Valentine's Day's around the corner, golfers.
Father's Day.
Yep,
You got
Father's
a lot
Day,
of
perfect
holidays.
Father's
You
Days,
gotta
yep.
make. You gotta make those gift
Mama
boxes.
Day.
That's right.
Mama will love one of these.
You got those pink balls and everything else for the markers. It works. You got to get it out there.
Tack, Nick, thank you so much for joining us here on Biggs Golf
We
Talk. We
appreciate you.
appreciate
We will
it.
be seeing you out there.
Yes.
Thank you, Tack.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
And we hope you get a lot of connections out
I
there.
appreciate it.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, we have a couple other listeners checking in. We got Brian Schoen. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Brian. Good to see you. Quick question. Does Biggs Golf Talk have all the websites to all products on one page as we can go to look up products that we are interested in?
We have a product page, and
We have
do
a product
On
page.
Point.
Yeah.
We're we take off. It depends, like if they have a special or anything
Right.
like that. We do showcase our hot
But I will
products.
tell you that if you hear about a product that we don't have on the website, always email
Shoot it
us.
to us, yes.
Yeah, bigsgolftalk@gmail.com, and we'll
get it up,
definitely add it
yes.
up there for you or get you the information such as On Point or
Absolutely.
whatever.
I know they were supposed to be our last guest, but we've been running smooth. We caught up pretty quick. And maybe we can close the show with a regular.
Yep. Well, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're gonna come in with a regular media partner here on Biggs Golf Talk, and as a matter of fact, a representative of our resort partner.
Yes.
Lake Buena Vista.
Yeah, Wyndham Lake
Buena Vista,
Resort,
Disney
yes.
Springs, just steps away from shopping, entertainment,
the close
and dining.
place to be.
Yes,
absolutely.
So we'll be right back with George McNeely right here on Biggs Golf Talk.
At the John Daly Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
for the PGA Show, 2024 PGA Merchandise Show, Orlando, Florida. And our media partner, by the way, because we are staying at the Lake Buena Vista Wyndham Disney Springs, steps away. And I did a lot of shopping yesterday, steps away from Disney Springs. And I'll tell you what, even with a bad calf, I was able just to trot on over there, over the bridge, through the woods, and even stopped at the sandwich place and had a sandwich.
How's your shoulder with all that Pandora you got to bring home?
It's kind of sore. It's sore than my calf is right now.
The wallet hurts worse.
Yeah, it does.
The wallet got light and the arms got heavy.
Yeah, it kind of burned. I got a burn spot on my butt end. You know, it burned a hole in my pocket.
Anyway, I want to touch real quick before we get started on what you've seen so far and what you're looking forward to seeing out there. You have 3 young people here out there. Why are they here following you?
Well, they're young in comparison to us. And
Yes,
they're
very
students at Full Sail University.
Okay.
2 of the guys, Kaysen and Miles, are about to graduate with bachelor's degrees in the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. They're coming after your jobs.
You want it? Here. I need a break.
Don't do it. There's no money in it. Don't do it.
Not on our side.
And Sarah is a sports marketing and
Yes.
media major.
We had the
We met
pleasure.
yesterday,
Yeah, we
yes.
got to meet her yesterday.
Yeah,
during-
she came by the show at the Wyndham Lake Buena Vista, the closest
Yes.
resort to Disney Springs. And Sarah wants to get into media and marketing,
Okay.
events, things like that.
Golf
She's
side?
about to get her bachelor's degree. Former first tee kid. She's already gotten internship offers.
Wow.
She's already gotten job offers. And somebody handed her a pair of sunglasses.
I saw that. Good.
How about
good
that?
R.
Yeah.
Good art glasses.
I
Right?
was thinking about that old comedian. Yeah, they look good on you anyway.
See, I have to wear a prescription, so those won't work for me. Now, you've been a busy man all weekend long before the PGA Show even kicked off, George McNeely, including, and tell us a little bit about what is happening at Mission Hills. But you had a tournament out there. Unfortunately, it was kind of cold outside this weekend, but
It didn't
successful.
affect George's game.
Huh?
It didn't affect his game, though.
It affected. Oh, yeah, that's true. He still shot 110.
I was red hot. I broke 100 on the first day. Only about 3 people particularly shot well in the tournament.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's formerly known as Mission Inn Resort. Since the 1960s, the Butchers owned it. This time last year, they sold it to MMI Hospitality Group out of Mississippi, which owns King and Prince in St. Simon's Island. And they've since changed the name. It's Mission Resort Plus Club, plus sign club. Howey in the Hills, Florida. Started out as the Florida Resort. PGA of America. What year was it founded? It's on all the logos. You can just look up. 1916. A year later, Mission Resort Plus Club, now what it is, had the El Campion, the champion golf course built, designed by Chicagoan George O'Neill.
Yep.
Had a great Golf Writers of America championship tournament. Catering was off the charts. You missed a great meal. You're
missed
invited
that
next
one.
year. You're going to
Next
come
year
in earlier.
We will.
Even if you don't play and, you feign calf injuries and stuff, you still come and eat. Well, good time. But
Faker.
Terrific week. 2 courses. The 1917 created El Campion, and then in the 1990s, Gary Koch, formerly of NBC Sports, designed the Las Colinas course, the Hills. They've got pickleball, tennis, beach tennis, 4 restaurants, great resort, beautiful view. It's old Florida at its best, and it's close enough to Disney World and Universal and other places for those who want to do such things.
Well, it sounds like a great golf course, and I'm hoping at one time we get to try it and maybe do a show from
He
there.
just said we're going to try it.
And it sounds like it's gonna be a good time, and sounds like they got a lot
It's gonna be a
happening.
great time, yes.
But we are at the PGA Show now. What does George McNeely hope to get from this next couple days at the PGA Show?
Well, today was fantastic. I was up way too early, and went to the PGA General Managers Luncheon on behalf of Walt Disney World Golf, operated by Arnold Palmer Golf Management. I work with them. Spent some time with our friends Adam and, of course, Sam Fu at Bridgestone Golf.
Yep.
And got to
Don't
learn.
ruin it. No, don't ruin it. They're on tomorrow.
I know. But I got to learn about the mindset golf balls.
That's what we call a tease, and we're going to leave it right
That's
there.
a tease.
Okay.
If
Mindset.
you don't mind, we won't mindset it. There you go.
Well,
just
I
wanna-
wish I had a sleeve of those for the tournament over the weekend. I think I might have done a little better.
Maybe.
Might.
There's always hope with the word
Yeah,
might.
keep hope alive.
I just want to say one of our favorites is walking around here, folks. Nancy Lopez just walked by. I love
Absolute
seeing
greatest.
her friends on Facebook.
Yep,
I like seeing all the stuff that's
I
going on.
had breakfast with her and her husband 2 years ago at Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard
Yes.
in Player Dining. And it was just a delight to catch
She
up
is.
with her.
She really is.
In the 90s, the Chick-fil-A Charity Championship on the LPGA was hosted by Nancy Lopez. She wound up winning it one of the years.
Nice.
And the Cathy family loved her so much, they said, we'd like you to be our tournament host. And as long as that tournament lasted, in fact, the great Tory Gain, who's in business operations for the tour, used to be the executive director there.
All right, I'm going to give you 60 seconds.
Yeah.
What would you want to say to the listeners out there? Because we need to close out this show. And I have some breaking news.
All right, I'm on the clock. It's a great show. If you can get in here, if you can get a credential, if you hadn't planned on being here, find your way here. If you're coming to Orlando, take a look at Wyndham, LakeBuenaVista.com, closest resort to Disney Springs. I know you're going to talk to Jay Leonard later in the week for a future show. The great general manager has been out of town
Absolutely
this week.
phenomenal.
Mission Resort Plus Club would really love people to check that out. Next Florida vacation, next guys or girls golfing trip. You need to absolutely check out Mission Resort Plus Club. If you're near Disney World, you can't beat the 3 championship courses over there. And thank you very much for affording some opportunity for my good friend Brian Verdugo from iGolf and Sinkwise.
Yeah, you're
today.
welcome.
What they're doing right now with golf course mapping and simulators, so many brands that we touch on a daily basis as golfers, they are behind it from a technology standpoint. Candidly, in front of it, what they're doing with AI, and I don't mean chatbots to write your scripts. I'm talking about true AI.
Yep.
They're doing amazing stuff.
Yeah, they are. All right, we have some breaking news. We have a few minutes before we have to say goodbye. We have another show that's going to be coming in after us, so we have to be right on the clock and get off when we need to get off. Before us, Bill and I had the opportunity to sit down and talk to a gentleman who was on just before us. Really good friend of this show.
Yes.
Has his own show. Matt Adams was on before us, and we have some breaking news before it even hits the airways or social media. Matt Adams is going to the morning show on the Golf Channel.
Yes, they picked him up. So he broke the. Well, he just told us the good news a few years ago when Matt left the Golf Channel and he went on his own. We were together at Puma and we were talking, and he was like, "Hey, you guys do your show. I want to kind of do something what Big's Golf Talk does," and he took it to a whole new level. And he was on earlier before us, and he was like, "Thank you for the information. I just got picked up my show." So that On the Fairways, Life with Matt Adams. So make sure you check him out. Golf Channel. We love him.
Look for him on the morning show. He's
Yes.
and he's really excited.
Look
He's
for him
decided to deal
tomorrow.
with the Golf Channel.
Yes.
Good friend of us.
Big news.
Personally and professionally. Well, if there's anybody that deserves that besides us, it's Matt Adams.
Matt better bring a big bag of money over here. You guys are looking out.
I think I could be his agent. And I know his agent's walking around somewhere, but
yeah, I don't know if Dom's going to appreciate that. But yeah, he might.
But
take offense.
we asked him if it was news that we can talk about
Yes.
here. He said,
He
absolutely,
said,
go
"You can
ahead and break it. Yep.
He just found out. He just get it, and that's a great way to start the PGA show, right?
Absolutely.
Get signed that way. So we have a lot more coming tomorrow. We have another live show from 9 to 11 with a lot more guests.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, because we're in the East Coast.
Bill, who do we got coming on tomorrow? We know we got Bridgestone Golf. We have
I gotta hope
actually Disney Golf coming on tomorrow.
That's right. Alex Forth is coming on.
Forsyth.
Forsyth.
Alex Forsythe's coming on tomorrow. We got
Yes.
Bridgestone Golf coming on tomorrow.
We have a bunch. We have like 7 guests coming
Yes.
on, and so make sure you listen. We're not going to tell you who's going to be on. Just make sure you listen. We got a great bunch of guests, and you never know who's going to walk by.
Will you tell us who's going to be on when you're interviewing him?
No.
Okay.
It's a surprise. What's my line?
It's the mindset.
Hey, for Greg Wise, the wisest man in golf, for George McNeely, for Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, I'm Big John Quick. This has been Big's Golf Talk, BGT 2.0, BGT TV. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, God bless, and
you matter.